experience, but now we've got the pleasant experience at hand here. A little bit unpleasant for Masuta starting things off. Emmy with a nice one tap with that USP. Roga, a little bit fortunate to get away to safety and even tests Falcons as he goes for another little repeat, but won't be punished this time. Haji looking around the gap in the smoke, and Emmy tries to creep his way too. Oh, he's got the second kill and the bomb in his lap, but a low HP problem.
It is Kenny and Python, a 2 versus 4. Bomb has been recovered. This is such a chaotic round. Emmy pushing through the smoke on the timing, manages to win that fight that he probably shouldn't be. Everyone investing in armors and dispist around Python. The only one that had the utility, unfortunately for him, couldn't really contribute to the round. And now they need to look for an opening. Kenny is just going to stick around, but with the bomb on his back, he can't really take a lot of freebies. Needs to wait for Python to join him. And as he's done it already, they will try and make their way back towards middle, and there has been a slight gap left from Partizan.
Eventually, they are just going to make sound though. They are going to give it a little bit away. Caliber towards quad and duplicate. We've got 5 AKs out, and there's one of them put to good use already. Look at MBK go up towards B, taking all this space.
Yeah, great opening kill by Haji. We spoke about his individual prowess. He's been one of the best individual French players during the past couple of years. Well, one of the best that hasn't been thrown into the tier 1 mix of the French scene nonetheless. Emmy already arriving at the scene on the rotation though, but he's going to be all alone. Needs the support of Roga.
Flash goes in, another smoke goes down, and Haji going to push close. There's a big gap in this, and he's going to work his way around it, and he's going to pick up his second kill of the round. Masuta locking down the flank, excellently done, as Duplicate will not get a chance to have any impact in this round whatsoever, and Roga and Collins, they'll have to hope that they get the chance to save. That's going to be Falcons' first round on the board, and as all things considered, that's a pretty clean first gun round.
Yeah, it's kind of a pattern that you need to be really aware of when you're playing against a French team. I don't know if you remember shox on Liquid when they played the Antwerp Major. He was constantly solo pushing towards the B bomb side when they were T side Vertigo. He was basically winning them all of the rounds, right? This is something that you need to be really careful about. It's a tendency in Haji's game as well. You're often going to see him go for those, well, they look like a no-brainer play, right? He just goes for the contact, straight up aim duel with the bomb side. With time running low though, they would have to aggress, and the timing barely works for Haji.
They only spot one player though, so they're not going to overly rotate back towards B. Instead, they're going to gamble. The Falcons are going to be making their way up towards this A site, and it's a good assumption, but doesn't matter if you know what's going to happen. You have to be able to stop it, and Collins and Caliber are going to be unsuccessful. Emmy as well. Duplicate only finds one, and Roga a little bit too far away to have any impact in this round at all, and he has to hope that he saves that M4 again, because Falcons, they've tied up this game, and there isn't going to be money in the pockets of Partizan.
That's a cool little detail that you mentioned yesterday. It was, I think it was Enhanced that used to do that, and you kind of commended them because of, you know, how more experienced and seasoned teams do it most of the time, and that round was a great example. Falcons know that the utility isn't great on Partizan. They get the first kill, and even though the time is running low, even though there's like 30-35 seconds, and you'd see a lot of teams rush into the bomb site with that amount of time left until the end of the round, they just freeze because they know that they're either walking onto an empty bomb site or Partizan will have to push in because they won't know what's going on. So one that's been organized by Relock, I believe.
Nice shot from Roga there. And that's the first time really we've seen Partizan kind of shut down that early B aggression, right? You know, Falcons have gone for it. It's usually MBK, the first player in. This time it's Haji, and this time it is Haji to go down. B execute is just going to be thrown on over. Caliber doesn't have too much space behind the default box behind triple, but eventually he peeks out to his death. Duplicate finds a double, and his teammates are going to need to this round as well and level up this game. Python playing around the smoke though. Roga is so ready for it. It was done once before to him, and he's not going to be caught out a second time. Kenny S, you spoke about his clutching ability. We do not get to see it as Emmy fast on the flank, up the stairs, and Partizan up to 3.
Yeah, that was much better from Partizan on the defense. Even though, once again, Caliber falls down without a kill, Duplicate was good for 2, and that gave enough time for everyone to rotate. Roga catches the first one. The bomb side has been given up in a 2 versus 3. They have the lurk coming up, so that means that Falcons will probably try and get away from the bomb side and go for a peek somewhere. I think that's the case.
Yeah.
But it's quite obvious that they want to focus and target the B bomb side early on, right? This is where they want to find their openings. That's a pattern in their game plan on Vertigo. A lot of teams aggress early on towards Ram, but the game plan for you is just post Kenny S with the AWP. He's going to be holding for aggressive peaks, and then you find a kill on B. Roga doesn't manage to find a refrag, now needs to back off. Still has the support of Emmy towards Gab, but Falcons, they've slowed it down once again, and once again they're thinking about testing Caliber.
He's got absolutely no help at all. He has to just rely on his AK, but it's the AK Haji just gets the better of him. Just a quick peek, he's cleared out of that angle. That B-bomb site, once again, is under Falcons' control, and Partizan are not going to bat an eyelid whatsoever. It's the save from them. They really need to keep these guns. As you said, that heavy reset potential was not avoided in that last round. This, however, will soften the blow a whole lot more, and at least Roga will be able to drop over something pretty decent. Duplicate can sacrifice some utility as well if he wants to drop over to the likes of Caliber. But I think Caliber might just be made by for himself. So all in all, it is not a bad save, but it does concede the lead to Falcons.
Yeah, but it's a great round for him.
As he is posted on the angle, and that utility is just going to force him back. So right now, 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Yes, Falcons are down a player, but they've burnt a lot of utility on the side of the CTs. I mean, there's another molly gun. They're down to just a flash, a smoke, and a molly. So they have to get a little bit aggressive, and that's where Kenny comes into play. Nice headshot. The refrag from Roga is decent enough, though, to keep Partizan with that man advantage. But look at all this space Python's taken.
Yeah, it's all about the timing for Caliber. He might let him slip. He's going to turn around in the right moment. Important find from Caliber. This was the kill for the round. And now it's just MBK and Misuta locked in. They relied so much on that lure coming in towards middle from Python. And as you pointed out, the utility from the CT side is gone, but it's gone for the T's as well. Misuta and MBK need to find the kills.
Yeah, and losing the bomb there is not going to help proceedings whatsoever. MBK going to need to tap into that wealth of experience that he does have, but the only thing that's 4-4 level one more time. But as you said, Falcons, they've built up an impressive amount of economy as well, so they've got at least another buy to fall back on. But Caliber doing a really good.
Collins get tagged down, but not before he takes the head clean off the shoulders of MBK. Misuta with a great refrag onto Roga, 1-for-1, and Misuta's looking for more.
Collins is low HP. Misuta is going to be able to take him down. Emmy was spotted making his way towards Sandwich, and he is eventually going to be swung, but Duplicate rotates in with a massive double kill. How about a triple duplicate?
Didn't really have the best of times in the latter stages of his skate period. But Kenny will open things up. Maybe this is what you needed. I mean, no need to switch it up. Just post Kenny first spawn to go and take a free kill.
Careful, Roga.
Yeah.
The problem with doing those kind of spams now is that you don't have as many bullets to do so, right?
Yeah. You've already been in that scenario in game? I have a couple times.
I've seen it happen. You know.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Oh. Roga wasn't forced back. He was still in a really good position. Goes for the peak, gets another one as well. So quick. Misuta didn't stand a chance. He flicked onto him through the wall. Dink onto Python now gives a little bit of pressure towards the Falcons boys, and might just have Python second guessing himself before he makes his way forward up towards A. He has the AWP at least, but he cannot afford to take any damage whatsoever. It will be detrimental to this round as a whole. And Emmy, once again, he sat in a really good position, just holding for the cross. Python does go searching, but I don't think Partizan are going to give anything at all. It's a nice kill onto Roga. Now 2 more players left to find. They know Emmy likes this position. Python's going to try and walk to clear him out. Haji looks the wrong way, and Emmy will take him down as well.
You can see her backpack. But that's another detail, and look at Emmy go. He's just annihilated Kenny as well. It's those little details, the 2 failed utilities, then Misuta not realizing that his back is straight up to the wall, which means that his backpack is visible through it. And Emmy's just on a rampage. He's found a 4K. What's going on with that man? We spoke about firepower. He's not the one to lack it.
speaking about
Back to
everybody,
the B-bomb side they go. Kenny, not sure if he's realized that there's a player down already. Well, he hasn't. Haji's gonna pay the price for it. Kenny at least gets the refrag.
maybe some communication going on there in the team speak that, you know, he didn't quite hear the player drop.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing that I can really think about, because he definitely should have heard that, and he definitely should have calmed it to Haji. But
I think it got. I think it over.
Time it's.
Yeah, we just put it in the unfortunate folder.
Oh, and you know, we can't really put everything into the unfortunate folder. You know, sometimes there has to be somebody to blame right now, and Falcons, to be honest, they're going to start blaming themselves very, very soon, unless they start getting some results in these rounds. It hasn't been a great T side, but they can still finish strong. It's going to be difficult to do so with this man disadvantage. Now, they're going to swing up onto the site, the gap under the smoke, and Duplicate uses it to perfection. The suit falls. Kenny S, though, is still alive, and he's a player that you'd want in this scenario, but not alone, as Roga takes both players down, takes part.
7 rounds in a row. You don't really care if everyone's positive in terms of the stats. And Collins, he's gonna come to fruition in this round. Gets tested, passes the first one, but there's Duplicate and Emmy to support.
Still here, and they'll get just too quick. Racks up his 16th kill so far of this first half. And Haji finds himself in a 1v4 scenario once again. Partizan seem to always have a heavy advantage in these rounds. Haji clearing his flank, as now he goes to try and isolate these fights. Duplicate, you're trying to be sneaky, you're trying to be clever, but Haji knows what to find. He's just being a little bit cautious about where the other players were. That's why he wasn't overly peeking into that angle. Duplicate eventually swings out to him. Haji swings wide as he looks for the next.
Smokes in, flashes in. They have to play. They realize they're being contained, but they don't have another choice.
What can they really do here? Haji now eventually is going to start making noise and swing up the ramp. I wonder, has he been heard? Duplicate's going to go back and maybe try and look for it. Masut is already close, and that's an easy headshot for him. He needs to turn around and react, but he can't in time. And it's down to just Collins. It's a 1v4, 35 HP. As the bomb is going to be tapped, Kenny is going to be on it. MBK gets dinked up. Collins looking for the players as they swing him. Finds the first. Will not get a
MBK
second.
fell down.
Oh no. To get a kill.
Yeah.
Now Kenny comes away. Sadly, it's not an AK. It is only a Galil, but as that old saying goes, beggars can't be choosers.
Collins, quick combo, trying to bait them in. Flash is gonna catch him. There's the white peak, and MBK finds a kill. 5-7 in. Python spotted now with the M4. Still 3. Partizan with some chances, especially if Emmy finds that one. That's an insane headshot, but Misuto will return the favor. Misuto will double it up. It's a lot more like it now for Falcons, showing that they're not ready to go down. The fight is just getting started on the CT side of Vertigo and Kenny.
For both teams, and as I say, that Duplicate is the first casualty.
Yeah, jinxed him. Partizan are trying to slow it down and make Falcons rotate people away, but they won't. And now the hit needs to come through. There's only 20 seconds. Need to make her way onto the bomb site.
There isn't a lot of time. You need to be absolutely detrimental to the round, but Collins has found the first kill and the second as well. These Tech 9s have punished Falcons time and time again. There's the bomb going to be planted. Kenny's still low, remember, and Python and himself are going to get out of there. They do not want to try and fight that whatsoever. Once again, Partizan have won a fight in towards Sandwich, and it's the Tech 9 again. I believe it was Haji, the first player to fall in a previous round. You know, we seen MBK go down towards Ivy and then in towards Sandwich. Haji got taken down. This time, Collins runs up and just drops 2. As easy as that.
Yeah, Collins from the back lines. And I actually rate that play because Collins knows that if he is towards ramp, that's not really going to make a big difference, right? I mean, if the hit works with 3 rifles running up ramp, 3 rifles, but it's still a big achievement for a team like that, right? It's still a statement to make. They're just showing everyone, okay, guys, if you think that you can have an off day or do some silly mistakes and we're not going to punish you, well, think about it a second time, because we will.
Emmy sees that lovely family photo, all 5 together towards with those USPs. Python is going to be using the AK. He actually does find one kill with it. Collins showing no respect to him whatsoever. He's just going to run him down. A little bit of body spam as well. And yeah. But then again, you know, like, if Partizan haven't put a foot wrong in this game so far, and they continue to do so. They continue to find the kills. Look at that. Caliber watching and waiting for the aggression towards middle, and Masua and Python on the receiving end of some A1S bullets. They're both down. And now Falcons with 3 players. And once again, Partizan, you know, they've found the 2 kills. They have the advantage. They don't rush anything at all. They just wait for Falcons to get aggressive. They know the peaks are going to come in. And they're just waiting for the mistake to be made.
Yeah. It is the BO1 as well, right? If this was a best of 3 series, we could be singing... Well, we would have still sing the praises of Partizan. Don't get me wrong on this one, but it could be another game, right? Falcons would have the time to shake the dust off and maybe reset and try their best to come back onto another map and then try to turn it around. But here and now, I mean, you do those mistakes, you're gonna get punished. You're going down to 1-1. Kenny posted with the ult. Flash actually catches duplicate, so he's not gonna be able to find the kill yet. He will eventually.
Haji has the support of MBK. They've no utility. They have to rely just on their aim to try and stop these players from making their way up on the site. But Rogue is holding for the swing.